What is going on there, Pika Pals? Welcome to another retro commercial review. Here we got this infamous 1993 Sega Genesis Commercial blast processing. Now, when the Sega came out, the one ad that they kept on like showing off was blast processing. Like that's something that it had that made the Sega games, like Sonic, for example. That's what made Sonic go fast, and that's something that the Super Nintendo did not have, was blast processing. Although I think the Super Nintendo was more powerful than the Sega Genesis, in my opinion, at least. The games just look a lot more cleaner, and the sound especially. Anyway, let's let's enjoy this one.
The Sega Genesis has blast processing. Super Nintendo doesn't. So
Oh
what's
God.
blast processing do?
Yep.
And what if you don't have blast processing?
That's can companies just go back to like making commercials like this and just talking smack about each other? Because that was genius. Not only were they like showed Nintendo being an old style, old kid. Well, it didn't look like a kiddie game to me. It looked like your grandma's console, to be honest. Which is, I would consider that more to be Atari than Super Nintendo. But and out of all the games to show, it showed freaking Mario Kart, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a super fan of Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo just because I suck at it. But to show that and compare that Mario Kart game to Sonic the Hedgehog, or for some whatever reason Echo the Dolphin, uh, but that is actually really funny. Well done, Sega. And then you got this creepy guy at the end with those eyes. I stopped it right there for a reason because it's creepy. But yeah, this was a brilliant ad campaign, and this is actually what helped Sega beat Super Nintendo for a long time. Um, so put Sega on the map to completely wreck the NES when the Sega Genesis first came out. It wrecked the NES, and then um, once Sonic came out, even when the Super Nintendo just released, it was still ahead. Well done to Sega. I think gaming companies need to bring this back to get the competition going and get gamers more hype. Sure, it's awesome to see like the next video game, especially big AAA games like Spider-Man or God of War. But if there's anything that brought hype to any of the games back in the day, in my opinion, it's seeing ads like this. From Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis to the Nintendo 64 and the PS1, and even the Xbox and PS2. Those were amazing. And even 360 and PS3. Those were the awesome times. And although the commercials weren't, I think, started to get away from like talking trash about each other around that time, it was still pretty competitive and makes you happy to own that console. I think we need to bring this back. What do you guys think? If you like the review, please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time on the next retro commercial review. Later.